Welcome to the Sustain Home Academy podcast, a special four-part series from the Neighborhood Housing and Development Corporation. Here, we explore how sustainability, housing, and community come together to create stronger futures for families in Alachua County and beyond. Over these 4 episodes, we'll introduce to you Sustain Home Academy, what it is, why it matters, and who we serve. We'll dive into the foreclosure challenges facing our community, uncover the data that shows why this academy is needed, and end with a powerful conversation on estate planning and building generational wealth through home ownership. This is more than a podcast, it's a movement toward healthier homes, resilient neighborhoods, and lasting stability. So let's get started. Hello, guys, and welcome to part 2 of our special 4-part series on Sustain Home Academy. I'm Angel, your community engagement specialist, and I am joined here today with Janice Cruz, who is one of our HUD-Certified Counselors at NHDC. Hey, Janice.
Hey, Angel, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
So today we're supposed to be talking about foreclosure, and I know, you've been doing this for a long time, and I know foreclosure is something that we've been touching on a lot recently, given the circumstances. How's that been, like at the office and whatnot?
Well, let me just start with some statistics for Alachua County. In Alachua County in 2024, there were 240 households, families that were affected by foreclosure. There were foreclosure filings. And as of June of this year, there's been 139 filings for foreclosure. So that means that is a great impact in Alachua County. So one in every maybe 280 homes have been affected by foreclosure proceedings. And with our program Sustain Home Academy, we want to address those issues because we want people to stay in their homes, and not only stay in their homes, but to be able to sustain their homes.
Mhm. So, foreclosure is a bit of a buzzword right now. We hear that over and over, but what exactly is foreclosure? What does that mean?
Foreclosure basically is a judicial process. The state of Florida is a judicial state. So once you have a hearing and you go before a judge, your home can be taken away from you by a lien holder. So if you have a lien on your home and you don't make the payments on a loan or any other type of work that you've had done, then your home can be taken and sold in order to pay for the loan.
Wow. A lot of things you gotta watch out for.
Yes.
So, okay, so they can take your home. What are kind of the circumstances that would put someone in a position to have their home taken?
Well, there are several. One is and the main one is if you don't make your payments on time. So you're in default if you have an FHA loan and it's 30 days or more past due. Now, if you've got a conventional loan, that's a little bit more lenient. It's from 60 to 90 days. Usually, a mortgage company or a servicer will start the foreclosure proceedings after 180 days. I've seen it 4 months, maybe even up to a year, but you don't want to gamble with that because uh, it depends upon your mortgage company. And not only mortgage companies that foreclose on properties, there's the um, county taxing authorities. If you don't pay your property taxes, you can be foreclosed on. Um, if you don't pay a contractor that's worked on your home, you yeah, he can file a lien against your property and you can be foreclosed on. And even HOAs, homeowners associations, can file a lien against your property, and if they choose to, they can start the foreclosure proceedings. So those are the main ones, and it's very important that people address these issues as soon as possible.
Mhm. What would be your advice to someone that, they're looking like they might be starting to get behind. They're not really sure how to come back out of that. What are some timelines? What are some advice you can give them to not make it to the foreclosure process?
Well, the first thing I say is contact your mortgage lender. See what programs they have available uh, for you, and also contact a HUD-certified housing counselor like NHDC. We've got two. We've got three actual, three certified housing counselors at NHDC. So let us go ahead, assess your situation, set up an action plan. We'll even assist you in contacting your mortgage lender to see what's available through your mortgage company and assist you in completing the documents needed. We'll act as a facilitator for that conversation for you. So you don't have to do this alone. We're here to help you and to help you stay in your home.
Absolutely. And by chance, just off the top of your head, how many people do you think we've served so far this year when it comes to foreclosure assistance?
For foreclosure assistance, we have served about 30 people in our office alone.
Wow. It's so sad that that need is there and it's so big, but it's great to have someone, an amazing organization here that can help people get through this. So, there's always a question to ask. What are some situations that we may not be able to remedy?
Some situations that we may not be able to remedy is that the client is so far past due and they've only had their home a few years and they're a year past due. So that situation, there's not enough equity and time that has gone by that they can modify the loan and make the loan payment affordable for the client. Other situations that we may not be able to assist is that they're selling your house the next day on the courthouse steps. Sometimes, you waited to the very end and we don't have enough time to talk with your mortgage company, see what options are available to you. And then just talking about options, there's the option of a forbearance, which means that your loan pay you don't have to make the loan payment for a certain period of time. And you may have a 3-month forbearance. The interest is still accumulating, and at the end of the 3 months, you owe the full amount. But for those 3 months, you don't have to make a loan payment. And then you can also apply for a loan modification. And with a loan modification, the terms may change and the interest rate could change. So most of the times, you're wanting to get a lower loan payment amount. And because of that, they may have to extend the terms. You may have started out with a 30-year mortgage and you're 5 years in, but something has happened. So they may stretch the terms back out to 30 years, which lowers it could lower the payment amount. So that's another one, a forbearance, a modification. Then we have what's called a workout agreement. If you feel that uh, you can make an additional payment and you're a few months behind, maybe just paying a little bit more each month, and then you become current. So that's called a workout situation. And we work with clients all the time, and when we establish their budget and we see that they do have the excess money available to make that payment and they're just a few months past due, then yes, that's a good situation for them. Then you have the short sales or the deed in lieu of foreclosure. Short sale mainly saying that yes, I'm going to put my house on the market. I may not get the amount of money that I need to pay off the total loan, but my mortgage company has agreed to take whatever amount that I can. That's called a short sale. And then a deed in lieu of foreclosure is that a person just says, "Hey, I'm going to sign over my deed back to you." Uh, and that's called a deed in lieu of foreclosure. So there are several options. And when you come into NHDC, and especially through the Sustained Home Academy, we'll sit down and we'll go over all of these options with you and have you decide what's the best option for you. And we'll also set up an action plan for that. We'll also take a look at your budget, your expenses, what your spending plan looks like, all of those things.
That's amazing. So pretty much what it sounds like, don't wait until the last minute.
Don't do it.
If you see things starting to take a turn, go ahead and figure out your plan or come to NHDC so the hood counselors can help you get on the right track. So you mentioned sustain home. When it comes to that, where do you fall in the process of the Sustain Home Academy? What step are you?
Well, with Sustain Home Academy, I'm a part of the foreclosure intervention process, what we've been talking about now, and also post purchase counseling. Is because once you get in that home, your budget, if you're a renter, your budget can change. And you also want to save for maintenance issues and those types of things. So it's about how to maintain that home. You work really hard to get there. So you definitely need a plan to stay in that home. And maintenance is a part of that plan. And in order to have maintenance, you have to have money. So you have to save. So a part of post-purchase counseling, a part of uh, the financial fitness piece of that, we need to know where you're at. What is your income? What are your current expenses? What's your spending plan look like? How can we eliminate some of these expenses so that you can save money? So, yes, very much involved in the Sustain Home program.
And we love it. We love to see someone that can sit down and talk about it because they've been through it. You've counseled so many clients on this, and you're going to be personally counseling clients as they come through Sustain Home Academy or our foreclosure intervention programs as well.
Yes.
So, with Sustain Home, our goal is to reduce foreclosure and, to keep people within their homes. How do you think we'll be able to do that?
Well, the main thing is education. When a person knows and realizes the importance of the educational piece and knows what to do, they're better at it because now they understand. So I think that with Sustain Home Academy, it's not only educating people to sustain their home and making, communities are better when people are living in their homes and keeping their homes. Families are more stable. And so just with Sustain Home, being able to talk about finances and talk about how to maintain your home, even if you've gone through a life changing situations. And some of the things that I see have happened that cause people to be in foreclosure is that there may be a loss of a job, mm, or a person is got a job, lost that job, and had to get another one, and they're making less money, or someone has died in their family, or there's medical issues in the family, people that the breadwinner is sick, those types of things, or there's been a divorce or a separation. All of those things affect a family, and we're here to help you work through some of those issues and concerns. So Sustain Home Academy not only does that, but then there's the other piece of that is, okay, so now you've got this asset, now you've learned how to keep this asset. So what are you doing about keeping the asset in your family? Estate planning. So Sustain Home Academy takes you from the very beginning to the end.
Mhm. Absolutely. So excited for when we finally, really get to the meat and bones of this program because it really can help a lot of people. As you mentioned, the statistics for just Alachua County, those numbers were just Alachua County. So the fact that those numbers are so high, this is our local community, cannot wait to when people see how much of a benefit this program can be. And, we'll see it over and over. There's absolutely nothing to feel ashamed about. People go through things all the time. So instead of, worrying, oh my gosh, what are people going to think? These kind of things, come to us and let us help you because that's exactly what we are trained to do. So I have to ask it. We're going to say it in every podcast here for it. How much is Sustain Academy? What is the cost to the person that's going to participate?
There is absolutely no cost to get all of this information, to get all of this assistance. Absolutely no cost other than your time and your willingness to participate. So that's what we want from you, a, a commitment from you of your time and your willingness to go through this program in order to make you a more educated homeowner and to make a better community.
Absolutely. And so this will be my last question as we wrap things up. But what is one of your most powerful success foreclosure stories? Do you have one as your time as a counselor?
I have had several over the years, but there was a gentleman that came in and his mother thought that she had prepared the will correctly. He was living out of state, came back in, and the mortgage was very much past due. So I thought, oh, wow, how's he going to uh, get this changed into his name and to have the mortgage company work with him in bringing this loan current because he was way over a year past due on this. And as it turned out, the gentleman had everything that he needed. The mortgage company was willing to work with him, and he was able to uh, go ahead and keep his mom's home and to live in that home. So for him, and we went over his budget, his credit, everything looked good, had him in a good position for him to sustain that home and to create generational wealth.
And it's just stories like that are so powerful. And it goes to show just because you're in a situation where you are behind, your mortgage is X amount, you can come back from that. And that's the
Yes.
talk. There's ways to do that. Just a matter of you got to put your time into it and make sure those things are done. So, is there anything else that, the public needs to know or you like to add?
I'd just like to add that Neighborhood Housing and Development Corporation is an organization in the community that is has programs to assist you. We just need your commitment of your time, and we will provide the education. We will assist you. Again, it's not something you have to do alone. We're here to help.
Absolutely. Thank you, Janice. And that right there wraps up part two of our special Sustain Home Academy four-part series, Foreclosure. Thank you for being with us on this journey.
Thanks for joining us on today's episode of the Sustain Home Academy podcast, a proud pillar of the Neighborhood Housing and Development Corporation. If you found today's conversation valuable, please be sure to subscribe so you won't miss the rest of this four-part series. Together, we'll keep exploring the challenges and the opportunities that shape housing sustainability and generational wealth in our community. I'm Ramona Jackson. Until next time, let's keep building sustainable homes for a sustainable world.